gonna talk about wrestling. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hey, my name is Jahangir, and I've been wrestling for 5 years. I wrestled in Midwood High School, and I've met Moaz through wrestling, and been close friends since then.
So we have been wrestling to each other, like how we said right now. We've been wrestling for, I've been wrestling for the past 4 years, and here I've been wrestling for the past 5 years. And the connection of like we become close friends each other as it was from wrestling. And from then, like we right now, like we're still the best friends and everything. We chill and everything. And today we want to talk to you about the respect value about wrestling and how wrestling works and everything. Can you explain to me about wrestling and everything?
Right. Many people think that wrestling is just about fighting and just winning matches or just going out there and fighting and that's it. But what really happens is you wrestle, you always got to shake hands first. And you always, when you finish the match, you gotta shake hands, showing respect and sportsmanship. So meaning, it's not really, it's just competing. You compete, but like you're not enemies. You're friends. After that, you could become close friends. For example, before I wrestled Moaz, I met him from in one wrestling tournament, and we got to know each other. We were the same weight class, and we actually got to wrestle each other once.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it wasn't really a hard. We wrestled hard, but it wasn't like we were gonna kill each other. But for just for fun, and we wrestled, and that's after that we shook hands. You know, like we just showed respect, hugged each other, and just became friends after that too, and became close friends.
So can I ask you a question? Like, what is the rules of wrestling you shouldn't have been doing? The dangerous things.
Dangerous things for there's three types of types of wrestling styles. High school and college have folk style wrestling, and professional wrestling you could either do Greco, freestyle, or both. But for high school and college,
Can you I'm sorry to cut you off,
freestyle. Yeah.
but you can explain to me what do you mean? What's the difference between folk style and freestyle and everything? Because they don't know about it, and I want them to know about it.
Yeah, so folk style wrestling is it's very, very similar, which because it actually originated from freestyle wrestling, but you just can't clasp your arms when one of your opponent's knees are touching the mat, or you can't really throw your opponents to the point that they might get hurt, which you could do. You could actually do in freestyle, and yeah, basically that.
Okay, what you think? A lot of people like they've been thinking, oh, wrestling after they finish, people didn't shake hands and everything. They have a beef after that. Is it true or not?
It's true to some point. Yeah, like some people, they just it depends on the person too, though. Like this is a sport, and you gotta have fun with it. Like for example, I gotta have fun when I'm wrestling. If I don't, then I'm not really wrestling. And what's the point of me doing it just for winning? So it's not really about, for me specifically, it's just not always about winning, but having fun. So after the match, like I see my guy, I see my opponent, and when I wrestle him, and he's really giving me a good game. He's really doing some technique that I really like that made me say, oh wow, that's a nice move, you know, and that's how I get excited and try to wrestle better. So after that, like it just gives me more motivation to get better. And after, for example, if I wrestle such a guy that is really good and has good technique, I respect them. You know, ask them how they do that, and like actually tell them that they wrestle good. We actually had a good match. So.
What you think about like what do you have to have with you when you while you're wrestling? You have to have shoes. I know that for a fact, and you have gear and everything. Can you tell them what are you supposed to have before you wrestling and everything, and how you supposed to make the weigh and everything? Can you talk to them about that, please?
What, the weigh-ins? Are you talking
the
about
weigh-ins and once you like some things that shoes you get out to prevent.
Right. So when you're wrestling, there's weight groups, weight categories, and you're gonna make it on weight, on that weight. For example, if one weight classes in high school is 132, if you don't make it, you gotta make 132 or below to wrestle that weight. If you're above, even 0.1 pounds above it, you can't wrestle. But so after that, you just go in. every wrestling match is 6 minutes. Most of them, most of the stuff for folk style. We're gonna talk about folk style. So folk style wrestling is really 6 minutes, and with 3 periods. So 3 2-minute periods, and so yeah. So you wrestle, you shake hands, you wrestle, and then if you could pin your opponent when you make him when you make his both of his shoulder plates touch the mat, then that's called a pin, and you win automatically. But if you can't do that, once the time is over, it all depends on the points of whoever got the most points, and that person will win.
So basically, what do you have to perform with you and while you're wrestling? Like, before you wrestling, you have to have your shoes and the wrestling clothes and everything. What does it have to do with if you didn't have the shoes, for example? We were saying like, what they're gonna have to perform with them beside the shoes and the uniforms. I mean, which is wrestling with uniform. What they gonna have to perform with them?
Right. So to wrestle, you gotta bring wrestling shoes first of all.
Which is very important, I think so. Yeah.
Right. You can't really wrestle without on the mat. You can't wrestle without your wrestling shoes because you're gonna slip, basically. And you also gotta wear a singlet, which is it looks like a tank top on top, but it's really tight on your body. But if you could wear this, or you have the other option of wearing just compression shirt, a compression shirt and compression shorts, which is also allowed when you're wrestling. And just that, and you need a headgear for folk style wrestling. You definitely need a headgear, and you can't wrestle without it.
Can you explain to them what is it? Folk style we know is in high school and middle school. But freestyle is basically you could do it outside the street and you could do it in college. Yeah. College level is not folk style.
College level is folk style. Is it? Like after that, it's not.
It's not basically freestyle. Yeah. What do you think more changes, folk style or freestyle?
Definitely folk style. I mean, definitely freestyle, because in freestyle you could do anything as long as you get points by making your opponent touch his back, which you can make in a lot of ways.
You could basically, you could throw him and flip him back.
Exactly, yeah. You could just throw him back and make his back touch the mat, and which might give you 5 points. And that's called a suplex. Yeah. So it's pretty dangerous to wrestle freestyle, and that's why for high school and college wrestling, they changed it a little bit and made it named it for folk style to make it more safe for the kids. So,
who's your favorite wrestler?
My favorite wrestler would be Frank Chamizo. I really like his technique and how he scrambles, and how he really doesn't. he uses a lot of he gets into a lot of positions that most wrestlers don't want to be in, and he really gets out of it and scores.
So basically, me and John J, my brother, best friend and everything, I call him as a brother, one of my brothers. We're about to show you some takedowns, moves, and I hope you guys like it.
And we're going to explain it to you if it's how the points would work in folk style and freestyle. So this move is called Fighter's Carry.
This is the first one. This one.
And this one, Fireman's Carry, that would be 2 if you keep your opponent, if you score on your opponent with that and keep him down, that would be 2 for folk style and 4 for freestyle.
Okay, this is my favorite move. I will do. Which is the Russian side, and just pull him up straight up. And from here, just pull him up like this way. Just pull him up. Which is, I think this one is my favorite move I've been doing, and it helps me a lot because I know how to do it very well, and I think it makes me so easy to catch spin the guy, because on wrestling basically, if you being good at one technique or 2 techniques, you be all set the whole time, you know, which is I know more than 1 technique, which is about this one of my favorite, and then I got also the second one, which is this one, crunch, and then pin them straight up. which is kind of easy, an easy technique. I hope and show them the other move.
So here, I'll show you a double move. I'll show you a double. It's called a shot. Pick him up and then drop it.
That's a double shot, which is kind of easy and simple to do if you always practice it.
You notice that it's that football players also do this. They tackle. It's also similar to a tackle, but except you gotta keep control and score your points.
I hope you guys like it whenever we showed you the moves, and I hope you're gonna enjoy the sport of this year. And I'll see you too who's gonna see this video.
Alright,
Peace. So basically, thank you so much.